I hope to God if she's dating anybody that he knows what she did. I look like shit. I made a nice cup of coffee. It's currently 6:19 in the morning, and I just wanted to talk about shit. Everything that's going on. This is going to be a long video. If you don't give a shit about me, if you don't know me, you don't care, this is not the video for you. I just wanted to talk about a little bit of stuff to explain some things. Just get it off my shoulders, if that's the expression people use. I want to go over why I'm single and the reason I'm single. Now, I'm going to tell you why I genuinely do not want a relationship with anybody ever again. 2021 was the year I just got out of the mental hospital. You know, there's a lot of people who probably went through this or are going to go through this, and they don't want to look at your comments and see negativity when they're suffering. They want positive feedback. So if we could leave that out of here, that'd be great. Fresh out of the hospital, you know, she was great. She was fun. She was nerdy. We shared the same interests. She lived in Ontario and I lived in Alberta. So there was a long period of our relationship, about a year, where it was online, which is fine. If you want to e-date, that's completely cool. You know, that's good for you. There's really no problem with it, except for the problem I'm going to mention. She was a cheating. She would just message anyone with a dick, just begging for photos, sending photos. I broke up with her and I cannot be more honest about this. It was probably the best thing I've ever done. During our relationship online, you know, it was great. The conversation was good. You know, we called every day. I helped her with school. It was fun. It was refreshing. But during this time period, for some reason, she just felt the need that even though she was getting attention, she had a boyfriend who loved her, all this stuff. She needed attention from other people. And I think that has to do with personal life issues. She needed the attention. So she would send stuff to other people constantly and people would send stuff back and she just didn't give any fucks. Eventually I found out about this and she simply didn't know. She had no idea why she was doing it, why she needed attention from other people. And she even said herself that I'm great and that I'm everything she ever needs, but she just doesn't know why she did it. And that's reason number one, is just women, they cheat, they lie, and you'll never be good enough. Reason number two is straight up, she just had sex with people. There's no way to sugarcoat that. I'll tell you the story. So she has a friend, a little creepy friend from school who was older than her at the time, and accidentally pressed my spacebar and ended the recording. There was this little creepy dude named Peter Kane who liked her as a kid in school, and they dated briefly, but then he noticed, wait, this girl's like 13 years old. She doesn't love me. So they broke up. Come 2021, Mr. Peter Kane and Jubilee had a sleepover. And what happened at that sleepover? I don't know if it was the R word or if she wanted it, but he initiated it and stuff happened and there was cops involved and everything. I personally don't know. I'll probably never know if she cheated on me simply because it was a childhood friend and I need to get some giddy on with other people before I commit to a relationship, or if she was R-worded. But either way, that should have been the red flag. I should have dropped the nuclear bomb on her ass when that fucking happened, but I didn't. I thought that if there was a small chance, which it looked like it was a higher chance, that it was the R word, then I should be there to support her, right? So I said, you know, fuck it. Let's meet up. Let's schedule a visit. We'll see how we do. If it's okay, if we're okay with each other, if I don't hate you, whatever. It was like a month visit. We visited each other. It was great. It was amazing. She was super fun and energetic. If you guys care, you know, I'm not a virgin. That's when I lost it. I know it took me a long time to lose my virginity. I was like 18, 19 years old. But honestly, I don't recommend you lose it any sooner. Anyone. Always be safe. Always make sure that this person is the one. That visit was fucking amazing. You know, it was fun. We went on dates. We got it on. It was great. And then she went back to Ontario, finished her schooling, and then she came for another visit. I think after that visit, we moved in together. And until we moved in together, she was great. You know, as soon as we got in a relationship where we moved in together, she just became absolutely lazy. You know, I had to tell her when to shower. I had to clean up after her. She just became a sloth, and it was terrible. It stopped being that good relationship where you do stuff with each other, and it just started to be where I would have to babysit her like she's some fucking child. And I don't know about you, but I want a woman. I want a human being that is competent. I don't want to look after someone that's creepy. I'm not a file. I do not want to look after a kid. And dating an adult, even if they look like an adult and they act like a kid, that's a turnoff. I could not look at her like she was a human being. And that's probably one of the biggest problems, is that she just became completely incompetent. As soon as she moved in with me, she just became incompetent, and it was horrible. I quickly found myself looking after her, and over time, I just lost more and more feelings for her and continued to friend zone her because I don't want to date a child. I don't know. Okay. Now she's blocked on everything because I just don't want to associate myself with someone like that. that. But if she does ever get a new boyfriend, I hope to God he finds out how much of a sloth she is and just dumps her. Like, I do not want anything good to happen in this woman's life. And it's because like these kind of women, they act all great and stuff, and then as soon as they get comfortable, they just flop over. They just starfish and expect you to do everything for them, and then they pull a temper tantrum when you don't do it. And it's fucking pathetic. It's weird, you know? Men don't want to date some fucking cheating OnlyFans skank. They want to date someone who is going to support them, who's going to contribute equally to the relationship. I can't speak for everyone, but that's what I want. I don't want to look after somebody. And that's what I was doing with her. She just became the biggest sloth ever. And whenever I was recording a video on my TikTok, you know, she wanted attention. She would always bug me for attention. And it didn't even take that long. I probably spent like an hour on my computer, maybe 2-3 hours a day, just focusing on whatever I was doing on my computer. As soon as I was done and I wanted to give her attention, she was too busy watching fucking TikTok. And that's why I hate TikTok so much, is because of how brain rotty and dumb it makes people. She would spend all day laying in bed watching TikToks. If you didn't tell her to go for a walk or shower or whatever, she would not fucking move. She would watch TikTok all day, every day. It was sickening. I don't want to look at someone just like lounge around and ruin their lives and their body by just slothing. I'm not the most in shape person. Like, I'm skinny, but I'm not in shape, if that makes sense. If I see myself slothing around or being lazy, I'll immediately go up and do something. If I want a drink of water, my water bottle's on the other side of the room, down there near my bed. If sometimes I'll even put it across my bed, so I climb over my bed just to get a drink of water, because of how much I hate just leaning down and having shit readily available. That was wrong with her. I couldn't do anything with her. She was completely incompetent. And now I know women are not like this. They're not all like this, but so many of you are. So many women. They will cheat. They will lie. As soon as you get comfortable and lower your guard, they're going to do stuff behind your back. And that's the worst part about relationships. Back to the mental hospital thing. You know, I'm a sociopath. I have narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, OCD, ADD, ADHD, so much shit that makes me socially incompetent. I know I call people socially incompetent, but I'm genuinely socially incompetent. It's just I can't take anything seriously. There's nothing in this world I will take seriously, and that's my problem. With all of these problems like stacked on top of each other, I did not see the red flags. Like, me not knowing how to socialize or talk to people or pick up on social cues or how to act, how to express feelings, I didn't realize that this was such a big mistake that would affect me mentally if I went along with this relationship. And that's what ended up happening with my narcissistic personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder. It quickly took a toll on my mental health, and I became foul, just a raunchy person. I'm not a very nice person anymore. Instead of like disassociating myself with her in the relationship, it made me begin to hate her and made me begin to see only the bad in her. I'm not insecure. Let's put it out there right now. The reason I don't show my face on my channel is simply because my content doesn't require me to show my face. I don't need to show my face. And before you ask, no, I do not have problems finding women. The only problem I have is me liking the woman. I've had multiple instances since I've broken up with Jubilee to get into a relationship or do stuff with other people, and I'm simply not interested. I'm not interested in wasting time, spending time with people when I know that majority of people are the same. You know, that's why I don't want to engage in a relationship with people, is because I can look at someone and immediately determine that they do not follow my list that I have. And so cut them off, no feelings, nothing. So that's why I'm not in a relationship. I'm not a porn addict. I'm not a loner. I have tons of friends. I simply don't want to be in a relationship because I know the bad of humanity, and I just never want to deal with that again. Even if there's a slight chance that there's somebody out there who does like me and won't ever do that stuff, I don't want it. And unless I grow up a little bit, age, and then I realize that, you know, my narcissistic shit, it needs to be tamed down a little bit if I want to be happy. But until then, I'm happy on my own. I'm happy recording mod videos. I'm happy playing games with my friends early into the morning. You know, it doesn't bother me at all. Like, so long as I'm active, so long as I'm fit, I'm skinny, and I have people to game with, I'm happy. I don't need a relationship. And this video is probably really long. I doubt a single one of you have went through this video, but if you did, great. Now you know a little bit more about me. I especially hope you know a lot more about Jubilee and how absolutely horrible her and women like her are. And if for whatever reason she is dating somebody else, I hope to fuck that they find this video and they know just how bad she is and how much they will ruin her life. Unless this dude is like just as lazy as her, I do not see them getting along. I see him dumping her ass unless he's like really desperate or he has a hard time getting into women's pants. And she shouldn't be a problem. She'll please him just fine, you know, so long as she's not getting it from like 13 other people. But that's why I'm not dating, is because Jubilee single-handedly ruined it. I don't want to encourage hate towards them, but I also don't believe that women like this don't deserve respect, and I won't put respect onto her name. Her name is Jubilee Hedden. That's who I used to date. And she single-handedly ruined dating for me permanently. Unless you're fucking Margot Robbie, beautiful Harley Quinn dream girl, there will be nothing you can do to get me to like you. I'm sorry. There's nothing